Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. I haven't posted for a long time, so you might be wondering why I'm playing Flight Simulator. I do like to play Flight Simulator, so that's why I'm making some videos. So I'll be posting videos on my channel of X-Plane 11, which is Flight Simulator. I'll be posting GTA 5M roleplay videos, and I'll be posting Phasmophobia videos and maybe other types of games on my channel. So I'm going to have multiple games on my channel. But right now, guys, what we're going to do is we are going to, aircraft is all set up already, ready to go. What I'm going to do is get our lights that we need on, shut the back cargo door, even though all our cargo doors are still open here, like the nose, but it just takes kind of slow for those ones. I'll shut the back cargo door here and we'll get everything loaded. We'll do the closing right now. On here, this is the Boeing 747-8F freighter, which is a really awesome plane, one of my favorite planes. As you guys see, we are carrying 100,000 pounds of fuel and 250,000 pounds of cargo. We're just going to get this cargo door closed up. We're going to throw our beacon light on. We won't need any pushback because we just had to start up our engines around the ramp here and get ready to roll. Once our engines do start up, though, we'll get everything set. We need 7.8 trim for takeoff. 7.8 trim set, parking brake set, chocks and GPU are gone. Today's flight, guys, we are delivering cargo from Vancouver, British Columbia, down to Los Angeles, California. Flight time will be around 3 hours, but of course it's YouTube, so I'm not going to make a 3-hour YouTube video because that's too long. If I'm doing a YouTube live stream, which eventually, guys, I'll be doing YouTube live streams, then I'll maybe consider doing a full flight like that. In the near future. But right now we're just going to make sure all our doors are closed and locked, which they are. If we do a nice walk around of the plane here, all doors are closed and locked. And we're ready to deliver UPS cargo. So what I'm going to do is we got our lights on. I'm going to start up engine 4 here soon. Our flight plan and everything's set. We'll be cruising at 30,000 feet. All doors are closed and locked. We're going to go to the engines page here and take a look at our engines. We'll start engine 4 up. Here we go. Waiting for that 12% and bam, there we go. 12% starting. We'll also get number 1. And then we'll wait for 4 to click, and that's when we'll start 3. Just listen to that engine noise, holy. Hopefully you guys are having a great day today, and hopefully you enjoy this video. If you are interested in Flight Simulator, which is X-Plane 11 is what I'm playing, then that's awesome because I like to play Flight Simulator. I got the full yoke, rudder pedals, and throttle quadrants, so why not I use it on my Thefty channel, and I'll just put on one channel. So like I said, I'll have Flight Simulator, Phasmophobia, GTA, maybe some other games for my Thefty channel. Also, what else? If you guys are interested in this plane, this is the SSG Boeing 747-8 Anniversary Series. There's 2 versions of it in one pack. This is the 2.5 version, so it's a new version. But what we got here is we're going to be having the passenger variant, which is the 8I, and the 8F, which is cargo. I'm right now using the cargo variant. UPS Worldwide Services. Some liveries might be with the airplane when you download it. Some you might have to search up on Google, go to X-Plane's website, and then download them from there. We'll start engine 3. And also, yeah, like I said, I'll have a link in the description of the aircraft I'm using. I also have a Discord server, and in my Discord server, if you play any type of video game, basically, any type of video games you play and you want to talk to other people about those video games, I'll have a link in the description to my Discord server, so if you want, you can join my Discord server, and it's basically just other people who play a bunch of other video games and talk to other people about video games. So if you're interested in that, I'll have a link in the description as well. We'll start engine 2 as well. Get engine 2 up and running. Okay, all engines are going to start up here very shortly. Let's go. Auto brakes can go off right now. And what else can we do? Right now it's pouring rain outside. So if you hear a bunch of like noise in the background, it's the rain, pouring rain outside. So yeah, we'll set our RTO brakes on and flaps 10 like I said, because if we look over here, we have our takeoff reference, flaps 10 degrees, and then our V speeds. And then our flight plan will be set up and everything. When we take off, we'll switch our stuff. Right now, engines are starting up. Let's get everything set up here. We'll do a flight control test as well. Holy crap, it is really raining out there. We'll get our flight control test here as well. We'll go left, center, right, center, down, center, up, center, left rudder, right rudder. We are looking good there. We could turn our APU off because we got all engines running. We'll turn that guy off, turn those on, put these all to on, and taxi light on. That's all we need. Okay, so APU is off. APU off, APU Gen 1, 2 are off. These auxiliaries are on. Everything else is good. Packs are on and APU off. Taxi light on. Flaps 10 set. Trim set. Engines are running. Everything looks good there. We are now clear for taxi to runway 26 left at Vancouver International. So we'll release parking brake. Give some power. And start our taxi to the runway. Okay, everything looks good to me. Everything is looking good around this plane. This is a big plane, but it's a really nice plane. This is actually one of my favorite planes in real life too, because I do like aviation. I'm a fan of airplanes and a fan of aviation. So on my YouTube channel, I'll be posting a lot of flight simulator videos, and I'll be posting a bunch of GTA videos and more Phasmophobia videos. But sorry, I've been posting a bit late. I've been quite busy, so I'll get back to posting regularly. If I can even say that, regularly. I'll start posting again. But like I said, I will be posting flight simulator videos, GTA, and Phasmophobia videos. So if you're interested in all three or one of them, stay tuned and make sure you have notifications on, so then you got that all up and running. We'll get over to the runway here and get ready for takeoff. Shouldn't be that bad of a flight. So far it's clear. We got no winds, no nothing, so hopefully so far we are going to be good. Okay, we'll set our parking brake, turn LNAV on for our takeoff part, turn the lights that we need on. Okay, so flight directors are on, auto throttles are going to be armed at 250, altitude will be 30,000, LNAV is on, LNAV is on, everything looks good, RTO 10-degree flaps. LNAV's on, all that is good, and we are clear for takeoff out of Vancouver. Give some throttle, and let's get out of here. Here we roll out of Vancouver. It's a big boy plane, so it's going to take a while for this thing to get off the ground. I think our we're going to be actually getting off the ground at 166, so not that bad. We're not even that heavy really as well. We got like 99,000 pounds of fuel now, and our gross ton weight is 770, so we're not that heavy for a takeoff. I think max takeoff is like 900 something, so we're not that bad right now. Hey, here you get ready. Okay. Controls are free. We already did our test. We will get ready for takeoff here now, though. Okay, 50% throttle. Make sure everything's good. Full throttle. Here we go. Throttle's all the way up.
80 knots.
Checked. Cross. Here we go. About to get off the ground. Whoa. We're going to be delivering cargo to Los Angeles here soon.
Rotate.
We're already coming off the ground here. That's nice.
V2.
There we go. Positive rate, gear up. Gear coming up. Speed engage. Bring that up to 250. We're gonna have to climb out straight ahead for a bit so we can gain some altitude for our left-hand turn to get on course, and then we'll make our way towards Los Angeles. Flaps 5. And then we'll start our left-hand turn now. I still have control of the aircraft until we get close to our, when we get close to our magenta line, which is our flight plan, then I'll get our autopilot engaged here. Not that bad on the departure out of Vancouver here. We'll take a look at the plane too while we get our nice climb out here. Look at this monster fly by. But yeah, I will be doing some YouTube live streams very soon on my YouTube channel, and I'll be making more content for you guys. So if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on, so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video, whether it's Flight Simulator, GTA, or Phasmophobia. I'm just going to try and get closer to the line here, so then we can throw everything on for autopilot and let the basically the computer take over from us here, and then we'll be taking over once we get close to about 5,000 feet, and once we have the localizer and everything engaged, then we'll be getting our approach ready at Los Angeles. But for now, we're just going to continue climbing out to our certain altitude. Okay, the magenta line is showing up on the display here. We're still hand flying this plane. There's the magenta line. And we're going to be at our speed here. Flaps will be going up very shortly once we get above the flaps up notch. You could probably actually see it right here. That's where we throw our flaps up. So 275, I think, or 260 that is. I can't tell. I think that's 270 is when we'll throw our flaps up. Okay, well, I'm going to throw our autopilot on. Don't use our heading button here. Get everything organized here. Let's go back down to about 1500 so we don't lose speed. We'll be hitting LNAV here very shortly too. I'll be hitting LNAV, so then it can just take over itself. We'll also engage speed here very short, but landing lights can come off because we're above 10,000 feet. Landing lights are off, taxi lights off, everything else is good. Now we just have to wait for us to get close to this line, and I'll throw the LNAV on for us to continue our climb out to 30,000 feet. And then we will talk to you guys once we're about to start our descent. But this plane, guys, it's very realistic. This plane is very realistic with its mechanics on here, and it's a very nice plane. Good graphics and good engine noises as well. It's really awesome too. Okay, we'll hit LNAV in a few seconds here, and LNAV on. It's going to turn left a bit, and then it's going to turn right, and now we have LNAV engaged. Once we're established on the localizer of, well, not the localizer, but once we're established on our path of our flight plan, I will be increasing our speed as well. And now just enjoy the climb out to our altitude, basically. I'm going to increase our speed actually right now to 300, so then we already have it set up. Okay, so flight directors are on, auto throttle is armed, our speed is 300, LNAV engaged, VS is going to be plus 1500, and our cruising altitude will be 30,000 feet. Autopilot's all engaged and all good. We're going to go flaps up. Everything looks good. Landing lights are off, taxi light off, autopilot's all engaged and all good. We're now clear for the climb out and make our way towards Los Angeles, California. Okay guys, we are now at our cruise altitude. So from here, we're just going to do our cruise checklist. Our speed's going to be increasing to 300, so that we will have to wait for that to get up, but it eventually will. We have our landing lights off, taxi lights off, LNAV engaged, flight directors are on, speed is 300, LNAV's on. We're cruising at 30,000 feet. We're cruising at 30,000 feet, and autopilot's all engaged. And everything so far is good. So right now, guys, we can sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight. I will be talking to you guys once we are about to start our descent. Okay guys, we are about to start our descent into Los Angeles here. What I normally do is, because I am not 100% sure on the VNav, is normally I just zoom out a bit to see some of the waypoints, and then I just go down to our altitude that we want. I normally go from cruise altitude down to 15, and then is what 15 altitude, 15,000 feet is what I normally like consider our descent preparation. So like when we go, it's basically where you plan to go below 10,000 feet. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to get everything set up here. There we go, 15,000 feet, and start the descent down. Once we get to 15,000 feet, I normally reduce our speed to 250, and we continue from there. But for now, we're just gonna start a descent and make our way down to 15,000 feet. Okay, so we are getting close to our 15,000 feet mark, and then from there I'll be reducing speed and getting our aircraft ready for the landing configuration. But for now, we will just cruise down to our altitude that we are wanting, which is 15,000 feet. Okay, we are getting very close to our final preparation descent. And then from there, we basically just get ready for landing. But like I said, guys, hopefully you're having a great day today, and hopefully you enjoy this video. I'll be doing flight simulator live streams in the future on my channel, and live streams on other games as well. My channel will be now having GTA, Phasmophobia, and Flight Simulator, so there's a quite variety of games. Also, if you're interested in this aircraft, I'll have a link in the description to it, which is about $54 American, which is about $70 Canadian. And then also, guys, if you're interested in my Discord server, I'll have a link in the description to my Discord server as well. So if you like playing GTA or Flight Simulator or any other type of games, then feel free to join my Discord server and talk to other people about those games. Sometimes we also host events for GTA, Phasmophobia, and sometimes we also host events for Flight Simulator if you want to join in on a flight. If you have the gear for a flight. Most likely, though, we might do GTA events for everyone and Phasmophobia, depending on what we feel like. But if, like I said, feel free to join the Discord server and take a look at what we offer in the server as well. Okay, so we are coming up to our 15,000 feet. Once we get to there, I'll be reducing speed once we start our descent to 8,000 feet. I normally go from our cruise altitude to 15,000, and then to 8,000, then to 5,000, and then eventually after 5,000, it's up to the pilot, depending on which airport you're landing at and depending on the altitude. But for now, we are coming up to our 15,000 feet, and we'll probably just cruise at 15,000 feet for now until we are getting closer to our airport destination, which I think is just up here. If I go into our plugins, Avi tab, toggle tablet, we are getting close to Los Angeles, as you guys see on this Avi tab here. So for now, we are just about to hit 15,000 feet, and then before we start our descent, or as we're starting our descent to 8,000 feet, I'll be putting our speed to 250, and then once we're at 8,000, it'll be 230, and then we'll look at the flaps, and then 200, and then so forth. We won't know our takeoff, or not a takeoff, but we won't know our approach, I don't think, because it says 160, but we'll have to wait a bit before anything. So let's keep it on the legs page until we get closer to the airport. Otherwise, guys, we're just going to continue starting our descent into Los Angeles. Okay, we're now going to start our descent down to 8,000 feet. So I'm going to get the altitude on the reader here to 8,000. There we go. Hit VS. We're going to also zoom in a bit so I can see where we're looking at here. And then basically I just go like this. We want to go maybe about here for 8,000 feet. Yeah, probably about there. And then we will start reducing speed here once we get to about 12,000, 11,000 feet. Then our speed will go down. But for now, we will just continue starting our descent down to 8,000 feet at this time. Once we're below 10,000, we'll have our landing lights on and everything, and our speed brake will be armed in preparation for landing. Okay, so we are coming up to 11,000 feet. I am going to reduce our speed now to 250 and get the aircraft in our landing configuration. And then we'll throw the spoiler to armed. And the airport, pretty sure, is right here. That's the airport right there, I'm pretty sure. But we'll have to let everything load in. So yes, we're coming up to 8,000 feet here, and then we'll be going down to 5,000 next. And then we'll be end up at 5,000. Then from there, we'll get ready. And then I'll hit the approach button for our localizer lineup on runway 25 left, I think it is. Yeah. But for now, we'll just be looking like this. Some points we might have to, like for instance, when we come here, I'm not going to do this loop here and that. I'm just going to go straight, and then once we hit this waypoint, I'll go straight, turn right, and line up on the runway so I can use the ILS properly and have no problems with that. So we'll be skipping the last couple points of the waypoints and just use the regular ILS. Speed brake off, and landing lights on. Landing lights are on now. We'll turn our taxi light on once we're on the ground, and once we vacate the runway, then I'll have landing lights off and taxi light on. For now, though, we'll just have our landing lights. Those are the only thing we need on. These brakes can go to level 2. Auto brakes level 2. We won't arm our speed brake just yet. But we're coming up to 8,000 feet now. There we go. Hold at 8,000 feet. And then we'll be descending to about 5,000 feet here very shortly. And then we'll get ready to line up on the localizer, because we'll be parallel with the runway. You can probably see the airport now, because it actually loaded in. But there's Los Angeles International. We're going to be landing over here, and then parking somewhere along here is where we're parking. That I'm aware of. And then we'll use our plug-in, the Ground Handling Deluxe, to unload the cargo. And that will be it for this video. For now, we will just continue our descent down to 5,000 feet here very shortly. I'll set the 5,000 feet markup right now and line up on the next waypoint for us to take a look at what we're looking for our descent rate. Right now, I am going to arm our speed brake. There we go, speed brake armed. It's not being used, but I armed it. The speed brake is still flat right here, but I armed our speed brake, so then once we touch down on the runway, our speed brake flaps will go up and reduce our speed. We'll now start our descent down to 5,000 feet. That's about accurate, I think. 1,000. We'll go down by 1,000. Speed will also go down to 230. Our speed will go down to. And we'll actually use our speed brake for this now. And then we'll throw our gear down once we're established on the localizer. But we are making our way towards Los Angeles here. We're still a bit high, but that's fine because we're going to go out a bit and then do a turn to line up for 25 left at Los Angeles, which is LAX. So yeah. So auto brakes are level 2. That's good. Let me throw the speed brake off and then arm the speed brake if I can. There we go. Speed brake armed. Speed brake armed. Auto brakes are level 2, as you can see on the display here. And the knob here, auto brakes are level 2 and speed brake armed. Landing lights are on. We're basically in the landing configuration. I will also get our approach reference set, which is still 160. I'm not going to hit anything until we're on the localizer lined up. But for now, we're just going to continue descending to 5,000 feet. We'll also go flaps 1 because we're at 230. Why does that keep ringing, even though speed brake's not armed? Well, speed brake's not on, but it is armed. And for now, we are just going to continue our descent down to 5,000 feet. Okay, so now we are coming up to our 15,000 feet. I will have to now hit this. And we will now be using our heading button. I'll be using the heading knob to now select our altitude. Well, sorry, that was a noob mistake. I'm going to be using the heading button to select our heading and manually turn the plane, basically. There is downtown Los Angeles right there. And then Hollywood is probably somewhere over there. I have no clue. And then the airport's just over there, and we're getting ready for the landing here very shortly, actually. We'll go out here a bit and then start our turn. I'm going to bring our speed down to 200 right now, though. And we'll go next notch of flaps once we get down to 200. Everything else is set up for the landing, though, which is really good. Once we get to the next waypoint, basically, that's when I'll manually turn the plane. Flaps 5. Don't worry about the speed brake because it's armed. It's actually not being used. Once the landing gear touches the runway, our speed brake will go up and we'll throw the reversers in. For now, though, we will get ready for our landing configuration. We'll go speed to 190. And continue from there, basically. So 190, we don't need any flaps. We can keep it at 5 notch of flaps. Okay. We will now start our next turn. Actually, I'll hit hold there, and then we'll get our turn here prepared. And I'll be getting our right heading turn with the heading knob here. I can't believe I said the heading knob for altitude. But yeah, right now I'm preparing the heading knob to turn to the right here. Right now I'm not using LNAV. I'm using the heading knob for us to turn, so we can line up on the runway and get ready for the localizer. Also descend to about 3,000 feet. We'll also throw another notch of flaps in and go speed 180. But here we get ready to land this huge 747 UPS Worldwide Services, the Los Angeles International Airport. Yes, I know, speed brake, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares about the speed brake right now. We have it armed, so we might get that alarm a couple times. Well, that's great, guys. Remember how I said at the beginning of the video, it's raining outside? Well, actually, it's now thundering. Not in Flight Sim. Where I am right now, it is thundering and raining. Out my window right now, it is raining and thundering. So hopefully the power doesn't go out and ends the video here. Hopefully I can get the video fully done. We'll see. Okay, we'll hit hold on the altitude and get ready for the ILS lineup. We'll get our heading knob here lined up with the runway. And we'll get prepared here. Speed 170. And we'll get our landing configuration now. There we go. Landing configuration will be 160. We will hit select on the turn and get ready for the landing. Wow, we're really losing speed right now. Come on, throttle, where are you? Wow, our throttle really just like cut there. The plane was like lost all its speed. Okay. So yeah, guys, like I said at the beginning of the video, I said it was raining outside where I'm at. Right now where I'm at, it is raining really hard and it is thundering. I wonder if you guys could even hear the thunder. It's like rumbling in the background right now. But hopefully the power doesn't go out, because that'll be a pretty annoying thing then. Do we have the localizer set? Not yet, but I have it set now. Okay. Okay, guys, so we have our ILS set right now. I'm going to go flaps 25 and go to 165 knots. Localizer will be set up for runway 25 left here very shortly. I'm actually going to hit the heading button here. We need to turn a bit to this way so we can line up for the runway. And then I will hit the APP button, and the APP button is basically the approach button. So once we get that, we'll be lined up on the runway hopefully. But right now I just got to line up with the localizer and everything, get that all notified or noticed, whatever you prefer. But let's see here. Where's this damn runway? Okay, there's 25 left. Imagine it's the wrong airport. That'd be freaking hilarious. We'll descend to 2,000 right now. Will it grab the localizer? Maybe not. Maybe. Oh, there we go. We just had it. There we go. Localizer on. And bam. Okay, guys, now we have our approach ILS localizer engaged, and now the aircraft will follow the localizer to stay on the center line of the runway and make sure we have a good rate of descent. As we approach the airport, we'll throw gear down, gear coming down, and we'll go to our last notch of flaps and 160 on speed. Everything looks good. So right now, guys, we have our localizer for the center of the runway and our glide slope for the rate of descent, all good. So we have our approach button engaged, and the aircraft will now, the aircraft will line us up on the runway and make sure we're at the right descent rate as well. I'll be disengaging autopilot here very shortly too, so we'll get ready for that. But for now, we'll just cruise in with our localizer. But here we go. So far, guys, hopefully you're enjoying the video, and let's get ready. Let's get ready for this landing. Hopefully we can get butter, a nice smooth butter landing. That would be awesome. But we will see how this goes. I don't see any lights yet. We have the runway right there, and then we're parking, I think, right there, if I'm not mistaken. But there's the runway in front of us. We got two red, two white, so we're lined up perfectly. We have our approach button that is using the localizer and glide slope, so we have a perfect rate of descent and a perfect alignment with the runway. So we are looking really well here. As you guys see, there's a bunch of houses below the runway here as we approach the well, not below the runway, but there's a lot of houses before. There's a lot of houses before the runway. Autopilot disengage. I have control my aircraft, and we will now just continue our descent. Okay, so now autopilot's engaged. I mean, not engaged. Autopilot is disengaged. Autopilot's disengaged, and I have control of the aircraft. So now basically we'll just manually fly the plane and hopefully get a nice butter landing. What I was saying earlier though is there is a lot of houses before the runway on the approach, so you'll be flying over a bunch of houses and creating a lot of noise. But who cares, because we are delivering cargo to Los Angeles from Vancouver. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this flight so far. Right now we're just going to get ready to the touchdown here. Here we go.
500. 400. 300. 200.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate.
100.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, that might be good. Reverser's out. That might be a good landing, guys. We'll do a replay at the end here once we park. We'll put the nose down nice and gently. There we go. Reversers are out. We'll clear them once we're at 60. And 60. Clear reversers. Welcome to Los Angeles International Airport. We'll vacate the runway right here probably, and then taxi back and park at the big spot right there for our aircraft. We'll throw that down and get the flaps up, throw our taxi light on, and there you go, end of flight. That was a nice landing, I have to say. We'll take a look at the replay. Once we are parked at the gate, we will take a look at the replay. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video so far. We will now turn off our landing lights and turn off our strobe light and start the APU back up. APU starting. There we go. We're going to start our APU, so once we get to the gate, our APU will be running. But right now, we got everything else set. So, flaps are up. Everything looks good. We'll turn our flight director off because we don't need that right now. And everything down here looks good. We could throw that on the menu page. Throw this on the menu page. And APU might be available soon, hopefully. It says it's running in the back here, so hopefully we got APU here soon available. Hopefully it doesn't bug out or anything. But we'll see. It's the end of the flight, so it doesn't really matter if APU works or not. We'll just get up to our gate here and then park, set parking brake, shut the engines down, and then take a look at the landing replay. And that'll be it for this video. Okay, we're coming up to our parking spot here. Okay, APU on. Our spot's this big one right over there. APU gens are on, that looks good. Our spot is calling us. We're just gonna move up a bit more and then get ready for the turn. Everything else looks good though. Okay. We will now just get this prepared. Let's get our turn in. Okay. We'll brake a bit so we don't go that fast. And brake. There we go. We will go into the inside view and release rudders. Set the parking brake. APU Gen 1 and Gen 2 are running. We can now turn off 1, 2, 3, 4 on the engines. And that'll be that. Okay, here we go. Okay, everything looks good. We will take a look at our replay now. So we have our engines. Our engines are shut down. APU gens are running. We will now go to our replay and see how the replay is. So we go that, and we'll take a look at our replay landing. A bit of a float, I'll have to admit it is a bit of a float. Okay, here we go. Here's the landing into Los Angeles. Los Angeles, yeah. International Airport. Here we go. So a bit of a float. Try and get a smooth landing. And there we go. Look at that landing. Look at that landing. Nice and smooth. We'll see that one more time. That's too far. We gotta go way more forward. Actually, let's hit the play button and then just move it up. Okay. Here we go, about to touch down. This is the second replay. We're just taking a look again to see how smooth it was. Okay, that's butter. And then we got ourselves realigned on the runway. Okay, that is butter, guys. That is a butter landing for sure. Holy, that was good. Okay, we'll go back to here. And then we will just continue looking at our aircraft here to shut down. So parking brake set. We'll put our spoiler back. APU Gen 1 and 2 are on. Everything else looks good, guys. What we're going to do is just turn off our lights that we don't need on. We'll turn actually everything off because we're just going to shut down the aircraft. Turn all this off. Turn these off. And now we're just going to shut down the aircraft. Okay, so parking brake is set. We'll set our ground unit as well. So we can turn our APU off. Ground unit on. We'll turn these guys off. And turn those off. There we go. Aircraft's basically shut down now. We are going to hit our battery. The exterior powers. And there you have it, guys. That's weird. I just turned that off and it just recentered itself. There we go. Okay, guys. There you have it. Aircraft is now fully shut down, cold and dark. And we will now end it there, guys. So that's the flight from Vancouver to Los Angeles with the Boeing 747-8 freighter, UPS Worldwide Services. If you're interested in this aircraft, it is the SSG 747-8 Anniversary Series. I'll have a link in the description to the aircraft. So if you're interested, there will be a link in the description. Plus, I'll have a link to my Discord server if you're interested in that too. Otherwise, guys, thank you for watching. And if you're interested in the content, then consider subscribing and turning the notification bell on. So then you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Like always, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace!